kudos to you all for embracing this new format of delivery. It sort of feels familiar already. This is only the second video. It's like, yeah, this is how we meet. And yet it is unusual. So first of all, we have to come to terms with the technology. We have to come to terms that there is perhaps pets running through the practice or other family members. There's always other distractions from the house, from the family, from the outside. It's a different surface perhaps you're practicing on. Just getting yourself familiar and invite those distractions in. Maybe we actually won't actually call it distractions. This is just your new environment for practicing yoga. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be at home with, you know, your comfortable scents, smells, sounds. Beautiful. Nice. Let's bring the hands in prayer, closing down the eyes and just settling in and just feel into your environment. Become aware where you are in your home. Give all those additional sounds, scents, movements, a little smile. And then bring that smile back inside. Bring that smile back into your heart. Yeah, see if you, even if you don't, if you're not completely still, that's fine. I notice myself, and if you would see, I notice myself rocking backwards and forwards. So it's just a gentle movement. It's okay. You don't have to be completely still. But taking that awareness and taking that smile into the heart center. And whether that's the real anatomical heart or just your chest area. Beautiful. That's up to you. Nice. And then seeing if we could visualize sitting our heart center, having our heart center surrounded by and immersed in a light of green or a circle of green. Whatever shade of green comes to your mind is perfect. That sense of green representing the heart chakra, but also representing a state of calm, a state of contentment, santosha, state of happiness. And then let's see if we can actually bring our breath in and out of that circle, in and out of that chest area. So it's as if the inhale actually starts in your heart and then comes up to the nostrils and gets distributed throughout the whole body with your exhale back into the heart. See if that sense of visualization happens for you this morning. Notice how it feels. Just acknowledge the experience. Beautiful. And then just smile back. Just smile back. Smile at the experience that you're having. Smile at the heart. Smile at that green circle. Beautiful. You can keep that going. If it's more useful to you to just breathe in and out of the nostrils, notice the inhalation breath, the air is cool. The exhalation breath, the air being slightly warmer. You're welcome to do that. Thank yourself for having made the effort and the commitment to stay home and step on your mat. This is a huge commitment and it does take effort. So thank yourself. For some of us, perhaps even more effort than if we could leave the house and just come in here. Nice. Perhaps wanting to set an intention, being aware that we're approaching a full moon, and you know, energetically and emotionally, a full moon heightens everything. Drama is often bigger than it really is. Just being mindful. Beautiful. And then we chant an Om together to bring us together as a group. Let's exhale. Big inhale. And then just starting to come into Ujjayi breath. You can still visualize that green idea around your chest, but coming into a soft and silky Ujjayi breath, breath with sound. Few more rounds, so not straining and yet making the sound audible. So it sounds like the ocean, the waves on shore. In through the nose, out through the nose, bringing the breath to the back of the throat. Beautiful, beautiful centering practice this morning. Nice, and keeping Ujjayi breath, slowly open your eyes. Slowly coming off that cross-legged position, and we're just going to have a little play with our hips this morning. So having the left leg straight and the right leg, just bring it into a bend position, if you can see that. Yeah, maybe from the side, maybe I have to come closer, you have to come closer. Beautiful. So just cradling it, bending at the knee, bending at the hip, and then just having that backwards and forwards rocking motion. Nice. And then if you can, we're just going to bring that lower leg a little closer to the chest. And we're working into that muscle called piriformis, one of the buttock muscles. That's it. And if that's a little tight and tender, that can cause sciatic pain. Some of you may have even experienced that before. And it's a gentle rocking motion. If you have the space, and I acknowledge that you may have not moved a lot this morning, the foot into the elbow crease. So the right foot comes into, aims to perhaps sit in the left elbow crease, but we still keep the spine long. And then we come into more of a cradle. And I know this is perhaps the first movement practice this morning. And we want to work in a range where, you know, like at a certain stage, there is no sensation, this just is. And then we bring it a little closer and there's a little bit of sensation, maybe even the start of discomfort. And then we have a little bit more discomfort perhaps, but we're not in pain. So we want to work with that healthy range of discomfort in all our postures. Yeah, so just a few more breaths here, and then starting to straighten the left leg. So your opposite leg, and then starting to come into a long spine. That's it, beautiful. We don't have to be completely still. It can still be a rocking motion, but I want you to find some sensation in the outer thigh, that tensor fasciae lata, in the buttock. It's a bit like a pigeon. You could be here, absolutely fine. Beautiful. And just seeing if we can have the patience to just find sensation. Those of you very open, you probably sit upright and you're cradled in and it's like, this is easeful. There's nothing wrong with that. Beautiful. Nice. And then just slowly, slowly releasing. Slowly releasing into Janusasana A. That's it. But we're going to move with this. So we're bringing the hand forward, exhale forward. You can round the spine and inhale coming up. So we're just going forwards and backwards. And if you don't get a lot of sensation here in your outer hip and buttock, we just bring the knee out. Yeah, and that changes things perhaps a little. So just a rocking motion. That's it. Beautiful. Good. Just a rocking. But your left leg is straight. So we come exhale forward. If we now can bring into Ujjayi breath, inhale, lift up. And exhale, we come forward. I'll show you from this side. Like this. Nice. Just a little opening here. Starting a little differently. Beautiful. And then slowly releasing. And we're coming into a moving Baddha Konasana. Just casually, the feet forward. Open the soles of the feet. Not a full position. Just coming forwards and backwards. That's it. Still wanting to lead with the heart. That's it. Good. Good, Linda. Nice, Renati. Good, Joan. Just feeling into the body. The exhale brings the knees out, opens the soles of the feet like a book, and the inhale can just be a little recoil. Starting to lift from your belly as well. That's it. Drawing the lower belly muscles in. Nice. Good. Just feel into your lower back. Notice what comes up. And then we pause. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to give you a different view here. Right leg straight, and then we cradle that left leg here. Just a bend at the hips, bend at the knees, backwards and forwards, a little cradle. Good. Just so that we start to feel sensation like in the other side. Now this is a little bit too much for me this morning, even though I've done it before. Good. I'm just feeling and getting that hip joint lubricated. We could come this way a little. And then if you can, not that that's necessarily the final aim. I'm just saying, I know Linda is fairly open, just so that we get an idea as to what range of motion are we actually moving here. We don't want to be in pain. We don't want to have that strong discomfort. We want to, how can I say? Yeah, natural discomfort. Beautiful. And then coming into an upright position, a straight leg, and just see, whoo. We could build up a sweat just by sitting here. Those of you find that a little challenging. That's it, Renate. Just opening. We don't have to be completely still. Rocking backwards and forwards is useful. Nice. Just getting an idea of what's going on here this morning. Good. You can also dorsiflex your foot, just blocking in that knee joint. That's it. Beautiful. Good. Good, good, good. That's it, Linda. Just bringing the lower leg to the chest and then releasing, bringing the leg into Janusasana A. And even though you could hold the foot, just bring the hands next to the leg and then lift and lengthen. Inhale, exhale, coming forward. And then just coming into a little rocking motion here. Movement comes out of the belly and out of the straight leg. If you don't feel too much, bring that knee back behind you, open the hip a little more. And just notice where you're at. And notice how some of us are easily going into, I need strong sensation. And some of us shy away from that strong sensation. So finding that middle ground, that sort of discomfort that we can navigate. That's it, beautiful. Good. And then we come into the Baddha Konasana. Just nicely, gently, gently. Beautiful. So the inhale, lifting the spine, and exhale. We're not going into full expressions. We're not keeping the pose. We're just getting an idea of what goes on in our body this morning. Beautiful. All good. Let's come into a release. Let's come into a squat. Good. And then let's make this playful here. Yeah, let's come from left to right. That's nice. Beautiful. Yep. If you can't come all the way down, just come into this position. Yeah, play with what's there for you. And maybe we'll make this a little larger. Maybe we can even bring the fingers forward. We've practiced this yesterday when we were halfway through the class. So this morning, this can feel a little different. Take the feet a little wider. That's it. That's it. And maybe even coming into, I know we're not that warmed up just yet, but maybe it is possible to take the hands off and just see where you're at. It is a little strong. I know. Mindful of those knees there, Joe. Beautiful. And then coming into high toe stand, just bringing the feet together as best as possible. High toe stand. You're welcome to come into just a kneeling if that's not at all appropriate for you. High toe stand. Can we stay? Can we find the balance this morning? Just opening the feet. Can we even come up and down a little? Yeah, maybe yes, maybe no. Let's come into Uttanasana, hanging forward. Beautiful. And then a rocking motion. If you're not very steady this morning, toe heel your feet apart. Otherwise, feet together. And then just rocking forwards and backwards. Easeful if the hands can come to the floor or the fingertips. If not, you just let the arms dangle. And just coming backwards and forwards. You're welcome to bend your knees. And just seeing how trusting you can be and how easily it is to let the head hang. And then slowly curling up. Bend your knees, curling up nice and slow. Inhale, coming up. Exhale at the top. Beautiful. And we're just going to, can you still see the full body? Yeah. I can't. Okay, anyway. So give yourself a hug. Just hugging. Yeah, that Corona hug idea. And then we're letting the head come forward. So tucking the chin under. And then let the head roll over to the left. It's like you're going into left ear to left shoulder. And then the head comes behind. Then you're going over to the right shoulder. And then the chin comes under. And then we roll over to the other side. Back behind, only as far as you could comfortably go. Remember, we work with that 70% of discomfort, and then let the head roll to the other side. Nice. Let me see. Just a few more rounds. Good. Sometimes we take the eye gaze into the equation here. So if you want to have a little further range of motion to the side and back behind you, then look back, look all the way back, and notice how that increases the range of motion. Each side one more time. Just notice what goes on in your shoulders, in your neck, in your throat this morning. Coming to a standstill, and then change the hug, change the cross. And now we're going to do this with the head and with the upper torso. So around here we're going to mobilize. We've done this. Oops, earpiece. We've done this before. So let's go to the right, upper body to the right, gently coming forward. But you just want to get the diaphragm and the collarbones in, and then over to the side and then behind. So that the rounding doesn't come from the hips. It's your upper thoracic that we want to mobilize. Beautiful. And then curling the other way. And if you, oh, there is a little crackle. If you've done that before, it becomes a little bit more easeful. And as always in yoga, as you know, it's not about what it looks like. It's just what it feels like. Oh, and then take it a little further. So we're now curling and articulating the spine from here to here. Change the cross again. We go to the side. Now it becomes more of a circle. Feet can be hip distance apart and the knees can be bent. So feel. Ooh, but do both sides. Oh, does anyone else get a little crackle? Wheel, wheel. I do. That's it. Nice, Joe. That's it. Beautiful. And now, and you've been waiting for that, it's the whole upper body. Change the hug again. The whole upper body. Side bending, back bending, switching on from your belly. Both sides. Let me see. Nice. And it's a different quality with having the hands in front. Beautiful. Just warming up your body. Feel into it. With not a lot of instruction. It's feeling, tangling, coming from the hips, articulating the whole spine. And then make it even, coming to a standstill. Brilliant. Beautiful. Let's find your front edge of the mat. And we're going to come into a few sun salutations. Sun salutations. What would you like to salute with your sun salutation this morning? Coming into Tadasana. So fingertips descending and the shoulders are descending. Coming back into Ujjayi breath. So with our salutations, we're not going to speed it up. That's it, Jill. Just have a little bit more energy in your fingertips. Yeah, there she is. Beautiful. I can see everything. Nice. Beautiful. So chin slightly tucked under, making space. Between the ribs and the hips, there is space. Draw the belly in. Let me hear you, Ujjayi breath. Nice. We just flow through that first one a little slowly. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reaching. Really feel a reaching up. Exhale, look over your front fingertips. Bring the arms forward, nose to knee. Halfway lift, inhale, open the chest. Exhale, back down, dog. Inhale, high plank. Let's do a chaturanga together. So staying in high plank, inhale, coming onto the toes. Exhale, bring your knees down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bend your elbows back towards your hips. Beautiful. And then inhale into a cobra first. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's step the feet in. Nice. Let's make sure we understand. You can still wiggle the hips. You can still bend your knees. Feel into your downward facing dog. Understanding that we want to ground down with whichever pushes to the floor. Feet ground down, hands ground down, everything else lifts. Good, beautiful. Last exhale here. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step or jump. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way forward, nose to knees, and then strong legs come all the way up. Hands can be coming forward or to the side, and exhale to release. Brilliant. Come always back into your Samasthiti or your Tadasana position, centering yourself. So these home practices really ask us to bring a little bit more responsibility into our practice, yeah? And just coming back to breath, navigating all the other elements in the home. Beautiful. Urdhva Hastasana again, reach. Exhale, coming forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, back down dog. High plank, inhale, and a chaturanga can still be on the knees. Slowly lower down. Open up, maybe an up dog, inhale. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog for 1. Stepping the feet in is always a good idea, lengthening the spine for 2. See if you can breathe into your outer lower ribs. There we go, that's it, beautiful, good calf, nice. Allowing the heels to descend, last exhale. Inhale, tippy toes, exhale, coming forward, land lightly. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way, strong legs, come all the way up, inhale. And exhale at the top. We'll go through a 3rd round, reaching up, inhale. Exhale, come forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, step back. High plank, inhale, don't be too fast. Chaturanga, forward with the chest, back with the elbows. Opening up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. For 1. Inner smile, outer smile. I'd like you to stay. I'm coming off. For 2, the gaze is to your toes or to your knees. Beautiful. Finding stillness here. For 4, nice long spine there, Inna. And 5. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, look forward, crouch, and then come forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Strong legs come all the way up, inhale. Exhale at the top. Beautiful. We're going to go into Salutation B with the chair pose, but we're going to dissect the stepping forward, the Warrior 1. Let's be ready in chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, back down dog. High plank, inhale, and a slow chaturanga. Beautiful, maybe a little hover, and then we open up, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Now bring your right leg between your hands and bring your left knee down. Nice. We've done something similar before. Beautiful. Now we want to have that knee and ankle alignment, not too far forward, and just lunging forward a little. Beautiful. So again, we want to feel this in the front hip of that back leg. And we bring our arms up, inhale. And then we're just going to lean over to the right. We can bring the palms together. Just a gentle side bend. And then if you can, just gently leaning back as well, just a little. Tucking that tailbone under, be safe in your lower back, that's it. So you want to lean away from that left hip. Maybe we feel it in the outer hip, front of the hip. Beautiful. And then inhale here, exhale, come forward. Frame your foot, step back down dog. Nice. High plank, inhale. Chaturanga again. That's it, Anna. Open up, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then we're going to step the left leg forward, right knee down. Yeah, find cushioning if you need some cushioning underneath the back knee. Lunging forward. But not so that the knee comes too far forward. Beautiful. Yeah, bandhas engaged, tailbone tucks under. Lifting the arms and then feeling the length first. So lifting up first and then coming into that gentle lateral bend. So you feel the front hip and then you lean away from that right hip here. Oh, nice one. Beautiful. Maybe just a gentle back bend, just wanting to work into the hips here. Beautiful. Good. Looking good. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, frame your foot, step back, downward facing dog. Nice. High plank, inhale. Find your vinyasa. Knees down is Much better than collapsing in your full expression. Inhale, and a downward facing dog. Brilliant. Let's have a little play in pigeon here. So we're coming into three-legged dog with the left leg. Inhale. Then exhale, bring that left knee behind the left wrist. I'll show you this way. If you're a little, setting up for pigeon. If you're a little very stiff in your hips, you could just come into almost like a deer pose. Otherwise, the right leg goes back. The left lower leg comes a little further forward, and we're just going to have a little bounce here. Pigeon pose. Everyone's favorite soon. Lifting. If that's far too out of your league this morning, just sink back onto your left buttock. Bend that right leg a little. It's a bit more like a bend pigeon, a bit more like a swan, or a deer rather. Good. Let's just feel into this. Feel into this. What happens here before we go forward? Can we allow the hips to descend here? That's it, nice. Then lifting the chest, inhale, and with a long spine and a puffed up pigeon chest, we come forward. Maybe this is enough. Remember, we work between 70%. Yeah, pain, not useful. Or pain is like, it's a signal of our body. We need to back off. Maybe forearms, maybe forehead. Oh, just slowly coming into this. Beautiful. And then we notice change as we push the top of that back foot, that right foot into the floor. Yeah, that draws us onto the right a little. That changes the sensation. So we're loosening up that piriformis, that one of those buttock muscles. Beautiful, beautiful. And just surrendering into your shape. We're still having Ujjayi breath that allows us to ground. Center. Beautiful. Nice. Let me see. Beautiful positions, what I can see. If I can see you, that's perfect. You know, it could be, eventually you'll sort out where you need to position your camera. So if you wanted me to see you, to give you some suggestion, then that's useful if I see your full mat. But I'll leave that up to you. Oh, beautiful pigeon pose. Who would have thought? And then coming up. That's on the menu this morning. Tucking that back toe under. Don't miss the release. We're coming back into a downward facing dog. Walking the dog. Beautiful. We'll do a little vinyasa. But if you're tired, if you're not having the strength this morning, you can just set up for pigeon on the other side. Otherwise, we come into high plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Beautiful. Open up. Nice. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then we come into three-legged dog. Inhale, lift that right heel up. Feel into it. That's the other side, isn't it? Right knee behind the right wrist. Sliding that back leg back. That's it, Lynn. Nice. And then we're just sorting our body out. We're just going, okay, if it's not useful, if it's too strong, roll onto your right buttock and just bend that back leg a little. We've done that yesterday, I think. A full deer position. Otherwise, just feeling into just that gentle hip wiggle, sinking down, bit of a back bend, bit of extension in the small of the back, and then lift and lengthen. This is the pigeon part. This is the puffed up chest. And notice it's different whether we just collapse down like this or we find length. The top of that back foot pushes down and we come forward into beautiful pigeon. Nice. Stimulating the outer thigh and that whole buttock, and especially piriformis. If it's over accentuated, if it's over stressed, it's not useful. But if it's tight, it can give us the same discomfort. So let there be space. Beautiful. Let there be space in your piriformis. Feeling, softening. All about softening in the yoga practice. We feel that navigatable, I think that's a word, navigatable discomfort, and we soften into it. Yeah, we have a lot of navigatable discomfort around us that we may not have an influence over, or we don't have. So we soften internally. And this doesn't mean that we're saying yes to an abysmal situation. And we simply soften, and we can keep that green inner circle. We can keep that sense of centeredness, balance, joy, happiness, coming back to the essence. Beautiful. Pigeon pose on a Tuesday morning just before full moon. That will ground us. Nice. Just 3 more soft, soothing exhalations. Letting the energy move where it's needed. And remembering everything is heightened close to a full moon. These too shall pass as well. So just slowly coming up again, inhale, looking up. Pause for a moment. Feel into that outer thigh. Feel into that outer buttock. Let's not be too fast. And then slowly lifting up. You can sigh, you're at home. Nice. Just wiggling the hips. And we treat this as a salutation. It is part of our salutation. We're coming forward. Inhale, higher plank. Exhale your chaturanga. We will be much stronger in our practice after this. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you need rest, come out, come into tabletop, take your child's pose. Otherwise, strong downward facing dog. Solid. Let me see, upper arms rolling outwards, or in other words, the triceps come together. How much stillness can you bring up in this pose? Head is hanging. Last exhale here, beautiful. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step or jump. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, folding all the way. And then chair pose to come up. Remember, it was a salutation B, and we stay in chair pose, we breathe. A solid, beautiful chair pose. Lift the chest, drop your shoulders, squeeze your knees. It makes it a little easier because it helps you with switching on the belly. Beautiful. We're folding forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale back into downward facing dog. We're coming to the floor. Inhale into your high plank, chaturanga. Beautiful. Let's come into just a cobra. Hands next to the chest. Tops of the feet to the floor, elbows in, and then lifting up. Inhale. And then exhale, coming down. Just a few rounds here. Inhale, the shoulders draw down, the elbows come towards the buttocks. Let me see. Exhale, coming down. Beautiful. Just a few more in your own breathing rhythm. Looking for length of the spine and for strength in the whole of the back line of your body. 2 more. Let me see. Nice, Lynn. Good. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then we pause and we come back into a child's pose. Or we come into a child's pose. We haven't had one this morning. Nice. Take your attention where the body sinks out to you. Yeah, so for me, this is quite often my lower back. It's like, As we make space in the buttocks, as we make space with that piriformis, we make space in the lower back. Beautiful. Now let's have a little exploration. If your knees are a little tender, Joe, for example, so we need a lot of padding here. So let's come onto the knees, and then we're going to bring the right leg out to the side like this. So you're on your left knee, and then we have that right angle. I learned it now. And what I'd like you to feel is that there is a decent solidity in your foot, in the right foot, or the foot that's on the floor. And then we lift the spine and we tuck the tailbone under. So here, if I poke you here, that's firm. And then we just gonna get a little bit of a recoil, a leaning in, but it's more a leaning into the heel rather than into the knee. And then we push off the heel. Yeah, you can bring your right hand onto your thigh and your left hand sort of just dangles there. But it's rather than taking this into the joint, we take this into the heel. So the heel controls how far you go and the heel pushes back. And the toes ground down. It's like you want to grab. Yeah, that's it. So pushing forward and then a little recoil. Maybe we can do a bit more explorative. Yeah. Aha, and then I'd like you to entertain the idea that we make a little circle. The knee joint when I say with the knee joint doesn't actually move other than up and down, but you want to roll around the foot a little, and to feel the movement out of your hip. Yeah, so inside of the foot, toes, outside of the foot, heel. Notice how that feels. Easeful, manage any discomfort here. Make it a little bit more expressive. And remember, the spine is long, and here the bandhas are connected, and the heel controls it. Useful. Good, good. And now we're going backwards and forwards, and we see if we can lift the leg. And we can even see if we can lift the arms. Belly needs to be strong. That heel controls everything. Useful. That's it, Renate. That's it. Maybe we can balance and just stay a little longer. And maybe if we're really, really playful, we can straighten that leg. I haven't actually tried that myself. Too much. Good. Good. Nice. And then we just go into a final little, and just a little bit of a play here with our gate pose, Parigrasana. Nice, beautiful. And then slowly releasing down. Take the weight off that knee joint a little, come into child's pose. Beautiful. Just checking in with Jo. How she's going with the knees. Where is she? Can't find Jo now. Beautiful. Ah, there she is. How did you go, Jo? I can't hear you. Can you give me a thumbs up? Okay. Or you could give me a thumbs down. Other side. Other side. All good. All good. Okay. You can have lots of cushioning. You know, have your sofa pillows. Roll up your mat. Good. And then again, just making sure that's a nice angle here. I'm just going, okay, what did she say? Toes are flattened. Heel, just that gentle. Ooh, coming forward and then a little recoil. Controlling it with the weight into the heel. Yeah, and then move your tailbone, tuck your tailbone under. That's it, Linda. Good. And then let's make it a little more vigorous. Increasing the range of motion. But you want to feel something. You want to feel something in your thighs and in your buttocks. That's where the strength comes from. Good. And then we're going circling. Did we change the circle direction on the other side? No, I didn't ask you to. Let's make sure we do it on this side. Good. Now that supporting knee needs to be, of course, easeful, free. Do anything it needs. Good. Good. Beautiful. Did you notice whether you've got your back toes, like your right toes here tucked under or untucked? I'll leave that up to you. Have we changed direction? Good. Good. So it's like that leg controls this. It's not up to the knee joint. And then we're going a little bit more arms out, a little bit more vigorous. What did we do? We just lifted off a little. We found that recoil from the core now as well. Beautiful. Lifting, but staying in that 45 degree. Oh, this side feels different. Anyone else? Oopsies. Maybe we can straighten the leg. Let's make it not so bouncy, a bit more graceful and a bit more playful. Landing with the heel, and the heel controls the coming forward and the pushing off. Beautiful. Leaning into the hip. Beautiful. Make it a little bit more expressive if you can. Nice, Jill. Oh, Jill's warming up, finally. And then coming into that final range a little. Beautiful. Oh, we got to be walking on air. We can still walk, can't we? With those open hips, we'll be flying. And then slowly releasing. Brilliant. Ooh, let's come into a squat after this. Notice if it has changed things. We've done something similar with this carrier worker where I had a workshop before we went into lockdown. Ah, nice. And this past weekend, I was supposed to have a sound workshop. All cancelled. Nice. Feels different, doesn't it? Now we could squat all day. Yeah, he's good. Joe's giving me a nod. So, oh, why did we have hips today? Come up to seated. Come into Paschimottanasana, legs straight. Prayer hands up, lift and lengthen, inhale, exhale, coming forward. How far you monitor that yourself. Beautiful, lift and lengthen, inhale. So this is a good one where we can play with that 70% of sort of, yeah, discomfort, not pain. Where is it this morning? Maybe it's the hamstrings, maybe it's not the hips anymore. Beautiful, and then inhale to come up, exhale to release. We don't often do this twist, but we'll do it this morning. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Left leg, which way is it best to show? Comes, bends, and the heel just comes to the outside of the buttock. Yeah. Not just bring it underneath. And then the right leg comes over like this. It's a bit like Gomukhasana or a shoelace, yeah? How does that feel? Useful? You know, it could look like this a little more if you go, ooh, this is a bit strong. Otherwise, lifting the spine. So this is paramount, that we have this idea. I'll show you sideways. Not collapsing back, but lifting. Lift and lengthen, inhale. And we'll bring the arms up and we twist to where that front leg comes from. So we twist to the right. You can cradle that leg, bring the right hand behind. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Look over that back shoulder. And then you notice your right buttock lifting and you just bring it down a little. Okay, I'll come out so I can see. That's it. That's it, Jill. So Jill, rather than holding, you could even cradle. You could bring that bent leg and the arm, they move in opposing directions. Everyone, let yourself feel that. So if your knee, your right knee pushes into the arm a little, that fires up that hip. Yeah, I could just feel it. It's like steam coming out of the phone. And then inhale, looking forward, and exhale to release. Nice, that's untangle. Right leg just comes into this position, underneath the buttock. Yeah. And the top leg is now the left leg, and that comes over. Yeah, like this. And then we just sort ourselves out. The other idea is that lower leg, the toe comes down. So don't let that wiggle off. Rounding down, lift and lengthen. Bringing the arms up, inhale, exhale, twisting. Twisting to the bent leg. So twisting to the left now. You could cradle, left hand behind. Ooh, I get a lovely stretch here. Hamstring and the whole buttock area. It's a bit like pigeon. Good. Good. Nice. And then playing with that leg, if that left leg pushes into that right lower arm, that fires up the hip. Let me see. Feel that. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And you're looking over that back shoulder, which is the left shoulder. Nice, Jill. That's it. So lengthening the spine on the inhale, working the leg against the forearm on the exhale. We're still there, sitting twisted. Beautiful. That's it. That's it. Nice, Hiromi. Yeah, just bring your bent leg perhaps a little bit closer to your chest and lift. Yeah. That fires it up. Yes, nice. And then inhale, coming forward, and exhale to release. Oh, beautiful. Now, let's see how this is all feeling in Baddha Konasana now. So, soles of the feet open like the book. Heels come close, lift and lengthen. Inhale, exhale, coming forward. Okay, so remember we started the class with just a little wiggle. Now we're getting a bit more serious. So Anna, if you can bring your elbows sort of into this position and then they help you open, that's it. But no need to collapse here, so we lift. That's it, Hiromi, just coming forward. I know it's a challenge at home. It's like there's so many other little stimuli. I've got it easy, it's just the studio and you. Lifting from the spine. Inhale, lifting at the top of the head. Exhale, the knees open, the hips open, the ankles open. Beautiful. And then inhale to come up and exhale to release. Oh, beautiful. Let's bring the feet wide. I'll show you this way. Fingers pointing towards the buttocks. And we just lift the chest up. We've done something similar last night. It was good fun. Lifting. And we're coming into windscreen vipers, but the chest stays lifted. Yeah. So this is different to this. Yeah, lifting up. And then windscreen vipers. Beautiful. Exhale to the side. Inhale, lifting. Exhale to the other side. Very nice. Beautiful. Good. We're coming onto the floor. We're coming into a few bridge poses. And we'll see, before you get too comfortable, we'll see if we can come into a shoulder stand. Now, we don't normally do shoulder stand with props, but if you find it a little harsh, the surface that you're on, maybe have a blanket or something. I will demonstrate without, because most of you won't. But we'll do bridge pose first. So coming to lying down. Beautiful. I was going to do some other hips, but we'll leave that for Thursday. Oh no, Friday. Beautiful. Flattening the spine, exhale, lifting the hips. And then let's come out again. Let's take the feet a little closer to the buttocks and feet hip distance apart. Yeah, let's make it a little more challenging. Exhale, flatten the spine, and now inhale, come up. Good. Shimmying the shoulders under, if you can this morning, interlacing the hands, and then the knuckles come towards the heels, just so that you can lift into the shoulders beautifully. Good. And do not let the feet come off. So you're really grounding down with the heels, with the toes lifting. If you can, find softness. This is a strong position. We're finding softness in the breath, the strength out of the core, out of your legs. Soften the buttocks just a little. Yes, so the legs can take over a little more, and you feel this strongly in your back muscles. If I was to come around and just tickle you on those spinal muscles, they're solid. That's it. The breath makes this soft, working between effort and ease. Slowly coming out now. Beautiful. You're welcome to come straight into your shoulder stand or have a little look, just because when you're kind of getting up and when you have weight on the neck, there's no looking around. That's not a good idea for the neck. So to come into it, we straighten the legs. So this is your solid Tadasana legs, buttocks engaged, thighs engaged, and then hands down, lifting overhead. And you could stay here and you could go, I could do this, or you stem into your elbows, bring your elbows in, and then it's just a flicking up here. Yeah, so the legs are solid. The only thing pushing down is your elbows and your shoulders. Everything else is lifting up. And then we slowly come out until we do Kanapidasana, this bit. And then we round it up. So legs straight if you're not already. Overhead, up. Elbows in towards the spine. Don't let them be wide. And then lifting up. Feel your buttocks engaging, your thighs engaging. Everything is lifting up. You can lift the chin to the ceiling a little so the flatness comes back. I know we've practiced in class. Not all too often though. Beautiful, beautiful. So just the idea as downward facing dog, the only thing that pushes down into the ground is actually what is on the ground. So your upper arms and your elbows, everything else lifts up, looking good. Nice calf, nice Anna. Let me just see. Nice Hiromi, beautiful. Who has joined us with an iPad without a name? I don't know. That's it, Joe. Finding that stillness. Julie, welcome to stay or to come out. Nice, Lynn. Good, Helen. Beautiful. If you've come out, just stay out. Very nice. And then slowly, slowly. If you wanted to, you could come all the way out. Otherwise, just coming back and bringing the knees next to the ears. Just let yourself, it's a bit like a, what is it? A child's pose upside down. Your hands can still be pointing down to the floor. You can interlace them. Make this relaxing though. Sometimes we work this pose where I say, squeeze your ears with your knees, but this morning we'll just have a little snoozle here. Nice. A beautiful roundedness and a beautiful simulation for the tops of the shoulders, the top of the thoracic.
Very nice. The danger is though, when we have weight on the neck, to not rotate the head. So I'm still in this Karmapidasana, ears and knees together, and then slowly rolling out if you're not already. We counterbalance with our fish pose, pointing the toes. We do the traditional variation, arms long, underneath your back, fingers pointing down. That's it, fish pose, Matsyasana. Point the toes, stem again into your elbows, into your forearms, lift the chest, let the head go back. If it's comfortable for you, let the head go back, touching down. Not too much weight though, I like it dangling. That really gives me the idea of bringing the shoulder blades in towards each other and lifting from the sternum. Feel that spreading idea where your diaphragm is. That's what you want to lift up. Nice, Lynn. Beautiful. Nice, Helen. You can see Renate's toes. And then slowly releasing. Let the breath normalize. Let's just have a little snoozle here, a little rebound. Bring your left hand onto your heart, your right hand onto your belly. Beautiful. Nice. Good. And then just see if we can find the connection between the lower and the upper. So we're simply going to visualize a figure of 8, a lying down figure of 8 between the left hand and the right hand. If it helps you, you can trace a figure of 8 on your body first and then visualize those energy lines between the belly and the heart. Remember that green circle, that green light coming from your heart chakra. Beautiful. Maybe if you want to challenge yourself, change the direction of the flow of that visualization. Marvelous. Now we had forward bend, we had back bend, side bend. Yeah, we did twisting, inversion even already. The things we can do in an hour. Slowly release of the visualization, draw the knees into the chest. Just coming into an Apanasana, exhale, knees to the forehead. Beautiful, slowly curling out. Well done, yogis and yoginis, of course. On your hip openings and all your little playfulnesses. Let's come to seated. Let's set up for headstand. Now, if you go, not for me this morning, you could just leave that out. You could come into a pose of your choice. We had an inversion already with our shoulder stand, but otherwise let's come into tripod setup or maybe your full shoulders, your full headstand. Hold your upper arms when you're ready, measuring the distance between your shoulders. You still hear me? That's it. And then the palms of the hands cover the indentation. Top of the head comes forward. And that's all just as a gentle saying hello to the crown chakra. Shoulders away from the ears, elbows in. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful setup. This is a posture on its own. If you want to go further, you can. Knees underneath the hips, tucking the toes, elbows in, pushing the hands down. This is solid. One knee into the upper arm, other knee, knees together, perhaps coming up. I'll come out so I can see you. Beautiful. Helen goes against the wall. All good. Nice, Lynn. That is very strong. Don't stay for too long. Make sure you don't have too much weight on your head. So always have my words in your mind. Nice, Jill. Nice, Joe. Shoulders away from the ears. So feeling that length, feeling that beautiful lifting, and also feeling that beautiful stimulation. That's it, Anna. The stimulation. No bouncing. Good, good. Just work more on the box shape there, Anna. The elbows in, palms of the hands pushed down. That's better. Now shoulders away from the ears. Oh, that's almost, yeah, excellent. Almost like you're here right in front of me. Who is that last person with the guitar and the piano? Let me see your face. Oh, that's Kavita. Oh, right. You came up as Kavita before. Beautiful, everyone.
let's come up. Well done. How was that? Good work. Nice. We're just coming into kneeling. If the kneeling position is useful to you, if you can. Otherwise, just sit cross-legged. Oh, have you counterbalanced? No, I didn't give you enough time to counterbalance. Those of you just coming out, just have a little snoozle. Just bring the forehead back to the floor, to the palms of the hands, to the fists. We're all going to be so much stronger. That's beautiful. Beautiful practice, yogis. Now we come to kneeling. Trusting that everyone can join us. Nice. And just closing down the eyes, and I simply like us to come into Gomukhasana arms. No, let's do the left arm up first and the right arm underneath. Yeah, if you easefully bind like this, not so easeful for me on this side, then do that. Otherwise, just holding on wherever you get to. I'll show myself again. That's it. And just letting the practice sink. Letting yourself soften. The elbow, the left elbow is up, or one elbow is up, the other elbow is down. And then let's come back into that idea of having that greenness around the heart. Beautiful. And then inhale here, exhale, release. If you're cross-legged, change the cross of the legs. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's often one side is a little easier. Gomukhasana arms, that elbow up, elbow down. Yeah, it's a bit like you can lean your back ribs, into your hands. Open the chest. Try not to compensate by leaning forward or by bringing the head forward. Nice, open heart. Releasing. Beautiful. We're coming into a cross-legged position, if that's useful to you, or a lotus or a half lotus. And we're going to sit into mudra of knowledge, index finger and thumb touch. Backs of the hands against the knees. Spine is long. Again, that lengthening here, where between the ribs and the hips, as they say, there is space, rather than collapsing down. It's a lengthening. Chin is tucked. I'll show you sideways. Beautiful. And I'd like us to come into energizing Ujjayi breath. That's it. Letting the breath be long. And we bring the breath up through the spine rather than the threefold breath. Up and down the spine. The energy, the prana moves up and on the inhale and moves down, and the exhale grounds us. So an uplifting sensation with that inhale with Ujjayi breath, and a grounding sensation with the exhalation in Ujjayi breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Chin is slightly tucked, neck is long. Beautiful. Just a few more rounds. Allow yourself to hear Ujjayi breath. It's like there's nothing more important than that sound of Ujjayi. The length on the inhale and the descending grounding on the exhale. And so my wish is that you can come back to either doing this or just imagining doing this when you feel a little frazzled, when that full moon plus the situation we find ourselves in just allows you or has the potential to bring you off balance, off center a little. Come back to that uplifting and yet grounding Ujjayi breath. Come back to that image, come back to that feeling, that sensation. Few more rounds. Prana, energy. Into the side ribs, beautiful. Nice. And then slowly releasing the sound, releasing the depth, and coming into the observing of the breath. It's still an inhalation, lengthens the spine, brings the energy up. The exhalation descends that energy. That is still present. You're still in an upright position. So our core muscles, our front, our side, our back are still activated. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha is still switched on. Chin is still tucked under. Chin is tucked under, yes. Beautiful. Observing of the breath. Navigating all the other stimuli around you. You're welcome to give them a smile. They're only distractions if we name them so. A beautiful part of what is reality right now. Let the experience be honored for what it is right now. That's how we navigate that time and look back on it as a golden nugget. Beautiful. Good. Before we come into a Shavasana, a guided Shavasana, guided relaxation, we'll chant an Om and our closing chant. I hope you can stay with me till the end. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. You can keep your eyes closed, keep your upright position. Nice. Perhaps you have your intention and you want that intention to resonate through the Om, throughout your body. Maybe fill your home with that intention. Let's exhale together. Big inhale. We'll do a call and response, or you can sing it twice, chant it twice if you like. Loka, Loka, Samastaha, Samastaha, Sukhino Bhavantu, Sukhino Bhavantu. Together. Loka Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. And just bowing the head down, and just a gentle forward bowing, feeling into the chant, feeling into the meaning of the chant, to let all beings everywhere be happy and free, and to find a way with our own words, our own thoughts, and our own actions to contribute to that intention. And that always includes ourselves, with that aim of freedom and happiness, keeping that green circle. Let's bow all the way forward. Namaste. Namaste, and thank you. Quietly make your way into Shavasana. I will guide you through a guided relaxation. All good? I think that's all good. Beautiful. Making sure that you are comfortable, making sure that you are warm. This is a progressive muscle relaxation that we're doing as our little meditation, as our little, we'll add it on to the class, meditation flowing into Shavasana. So whatever you need to grab, socks on, jumpers on, your blankets on top, maybe you have an eye pillow, maybe you have a bolster underneath your knees. And just finding rest. Perhaps letting the feet fall out to the side. And just allowing the eyes to softly close. There we go. Eyes closing. Beautiful. The idea here is to become aware of your toes. Now see if you can take some movement into your toes. Scrunch your toes up really strongly, scrunching up the toes and then letting them go. Let's do that again. Scrunching up the toes really, really, really strongly and then let them release. And just notice how that feels. Yeah, there isn't a right or wrong. It's just about that experience that you're having right now is perfect for you. Very nice. And then seeing if you can have that sense of scrunching up your whole foot. Yeah, maybe the whole leg scrunches up, but it's about the foot. So the energy in the foot, in the foot, in the foot, and then release. Beautiful. Nice. And then see if you can do this with your calves, both calves. Yeah, it engages the legs, it engages the feet. Bit of a scrunching up sensation in your calves and then releasing. Beautiful. Let's see if we can do this with our thighs. What you need to do to get some engaging momentum into your thighs, tops of the thighs, backs of your thighs, scrunch them up, just the thighs, and then release. Seeing if you can do that again. Energy, just a tightening up, a scrunching up into the thighs. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and then releasing. And just notice awareness into the tops of the thighs. Awareness into the backs of the thighs. Let's do the same with the buttocks. It's probably most easeful in the buttocks. So really engaging the buttocks, even squeezing the buttocks, even to a point where it's almost too uncomfortable. And then let them go. A little wiggle. Let's do that again. Scrunching up the buttocks. Scrunching up the buttocks, scrunching up the buttocks, and then slowly release. Now let's do this with both legs together. Left leg, buttock, right leg and buttock. Calves, thighs, feet, toes, totally engaged, almost to the point where it's so uncomfortable. Hold it, and then let it go. Maybe you need to move your legs, your feet, and just notice that experience. Toes relaxed, feet relaxed, calves, shins, thighs, buttocks, completely at ease. Seeing if we can move up the body now into our belly. The whole belly, the lower belly, the mid belly, and the upper belly. See if you can tense it up, scrunch it up. What do you have to do? If you need to engage other muscles, that's fine. Just hold it, hold it, hold it tight, and then let it go. That's it. Let it broaden out. Let it broaden back. Let it broaden to the side. Let it broaden forwards. Let's do it again. Lower belly, mid belly, the side ribs, the top of the belly. Hold it. Scrunch it up even tighter and then let it go. And then observe. Observe the spaciousness in the belly. The softness that resonates. Nice. Now let's see if we can do this in the chest. In the chest, we'll do this with the chest, top of the chest, back of the chest. See if you can scrunch up your chest. Your upper back, your shoulders, scrunch them up. And then release. Let's do that again. And again, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's that feeling sense. Where can I scrunch up my chest, my shoulders? And then release. Broadening into the chest, broadening into the shoulders, the belly. There is softness everywhere. From the tops of the shoulders to the chest, to the belly, the hips and the legs. Now all we move into is now our fingers And our palm of the hand, let's scrunch our fingers strongly, 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 and then release. Making a fist, making a really strong fist, scrunching up, tightening up, holding it, and then releasing. Feeling that. Feel the sensation in your wrists, feel the sensation in your fingers. Notice the energy. And then we do this with all our arms. So you can bend at the elbows. You can make a fist, bend at the elbows, and just scrunch up upper arm, lower arm. Just bring it into the body and just tighten up, scrunch up, hold, and then release. Arms out to the side. We'll do it again. Fist, curl up the wrist, elbow in, scrunching up, tighten up, shrugging the shoulders, everything tightens up, and then releasing. Last idea is scrunching up the face. So squint the eyes, the mouth, the whole front of the face. Just scrunch it up, hold, and release. Let's do that again and see if you can have a feeling sense into your back of the head as well, into your whole scalp. Scrunching up face, head, clench your teeth, holding and releasing. Nice. Feel the whole head filled with energy. Feel that smile moving up from the heart to the head. Feel the eyes broad, the forehead broad, the throat relaxed, the jaw easeful. There's a sense of rest, and yet there is a sense of aliveness in your physical body. And perhaps even feeling your energy field around you. Feeling the sense of vibration, the sense of prana within you and surrounding you. Just enjoying a few more minutes of silence, of rest, of beautiful Shavasana. Slowly now, allowing yourself to start to notice your breath. Of course, if you want to stay because you're home, that's fine. Otherwise, you're welcome to complete the practice with me. Just starting to notice your breath, but starting then notice that state of comfort that you're in, that state of, I almost like to call it bliss. Relaxed and yet alive and aware. And just allowing the sound to reach you. I'll take it very far away from my earpiece. Also, in your own timing, you're welcome to roll to the side. You're welcome to acknowledge in the side lying position that yoga is therapeutic, so we resonate on a different level. Thanking yourself for coming to the mat. It's almost taking extra effort if you're at home and you need to come to the mat, or you choose to come to the mat, so acknowledge that. What was your intention? And again, we find something we're grateful for, and I'd like to also invite you, if you want to do that, find something you're really good at the moment. Yeah, we can be a little harsh on ourselves in these uncertain times, and we lack motivation and structure and direction. But what is something you do really well? So I know something you do really well: yoga practice, having that sense of commitment to yourself, bringing in that sense of normality. I wish to, before I'll stand up and I'll unmute you, I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you to all of you for practicing. Thank you to all of you for embracing the new format. I think under the circumstances, this is really the best delivery format that we can have. Thank you also for inviting me into your homes, getting me to become familiar with your other family members if they join, with your pets. I'll unmute you in a moment. Have a lovely day. We'll see each other again. Tomorrow morning is yin at 11 o'clock. And then Thursday is just a Thursday night. Friday morning, 9:30, and Saturday morning, 8:30. And no practice tonight. So I've just left those 2 time slots for maybe guided yoga nidra and so forth. But thank you all. I'm going to unmute you so you can talk. And I'm stopping the recording. Hang on a minute. And no, not in meeting, just in recording. That'll be the day.